Hello everyone and welcome to this channel. In this video we want to solve for x from this equation. So stay tuned and let's learn together. Now for the question, we were given x cubed into x squared minus 28 is equal to minus 171x. Now from here we are going to start by expanding the bracket at the left hand side. And so we are going to multiply x cubed by the first term and x cubed by the second term as well. Now you are going to have x to the power 5 minus 28 x cubed is equal to minus 171x. And from here we are going to move minus 171x to the left hand side so that the right hand side will become 0. And so we are going to have x to the power 5 minus 28 x cubed plus 171x is equal to 0. Now from here we have x in common. So I'm going to factorize out x. And so we are going to have x out, leaving x to the power 4 minus 28 x squared plus 171 is equal to 0. Now from here we have two factors, and so we can equate this to 0 and we can also equate this to 0. Now we are going to have s to be equal to 0. So this is our first answer. Or we are also going to have s to the power 4 minus 28 s squared plus 171 is equal to 0. Now from here I'm going to rewrite s to the power 4 as s squared all exponent 2 minus 28 s squared plus 171 is equal to 0. Now from here I have s squared in common, so I'm going to replace that with a variable. So I'm going to let s squared to be equal to y. And so from the equation I'm going to have y squared minus 28y plus 171 is equal to 0. Now from here we are going to manipulate negative 28y in a way that we are going to find two numbers that when we multiply we are going to get 171, and then when we add we are going to have negative 28. And so we are going to pick negative 9 and then negative 19. So with these two numbers, when we multiply negative 9 by negative 19, we are going to have 121. Then when we add, we are going to have minus 128. And so we are going to rewrite minus 128y as minus 9y minus 19y. And so from here we are going to have y squared minus 9y minus 19y plus 171 is equal to 0. Now we are going to factorize this in batches, the first two terms and the last two terms. And so from the first two terms we can factorize out y. So y out, here we left with y minus 9. And then from here we can factorize minus 19 out. So minus 19 out, we are going to be left with y minus 9 is equal to 0. And then from here we have y minus 9 in common. So I'm going to break that one out. So y minus 9 out, leaving y minus 19 is equal to 0. Now from here we have two factors, and so we can equate this to 0 and this also to 0. So we are going to have y minus 9 to be equal to 0, or we are going to have y minus 19 to be equal to 0. And so we are going to have y to be equal to 9 and then y to be equal to 19. Now we let s squared to be equal to y. So let's consider when y is equal to 9. When y is equal to 9, then s squared will be equal to 9. And so x will be equal to plus or minus square root of 9, and x will be equal to plus or minus 3. Now let's consider when y is equal to 19. So you are going to have x squared to be equal to 19 and x will be equal to plus or minus the square root of 19. And so our answers for x are x is equal to 0. We also had x is equal to negative 3. We had x is equal to 3. And then from here, you had x to be equal to negative root 19. Then x is equal to square root of 19. So these are the 5 answers for x that will satisfy this equation. Thank you for watching. If you find this video useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and then comment as well. See you in the next video.